present mode.
Yeah. Can you see it now?
I can see that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that, everybody, but you're all very welcome to the Mailing Library product update webinar. And as many of you already know, we've been running these monthly to give you some insight into the developments and what we've been working on. So yeah, I'm sure most of you have joined already, but as always, just a quick introduction to myself. I'm Nicole Cunningham and I am the Lean Library Product Marketing Manager, and I'll be your host for today. And I'm joined by Becca Richards, the Senior Product Manager for Lean Library. And just before we get started, just a quick bit of housekeeping. As always, if your audio and visual, just double check your audio and visual settings. And if you can't hear, leave Zoom and then rejoin and select connect with computer audio. And as always, be sure to connect with each other in the chat and get the discussion going. If you have any questions, please leave them in the chat box or via the Q&A box, and we'll get back to you throughout the webinar. And I think that is all from me. And just lastly, that the session is being recorded and we'll send it out to you through the newsletter and an email after this webinar. So I'll hand it over to you now, Becca.
Lovely, thanks, Nicole. Sorry everyone for the, as Nicole said, for the delayed start. I was having a very slow running laptop that did not want to share my slides. So yeah, well, let's kick things off and not waste any more time. The agenda today, we're going to kind of do what we usually do. So we'll do like a mini recap on some recent releases. Many of you might have already seen the sort of the communications that went out when we, for example, released our Sage Campus AI integration, but it might be nice to just do a quick recap for anyone who hasn't heard or seen that. And then the main focus for today will just be looking at some releases that will be coming soon, specifically this quarter in Q2. This includes sort of like the headline news, which is our like an update on our print alternatives improvement. So many of you might know that we're in the kind of the beta phase for this at the moment, and we'll be doing a sort of global launch of this shortly as well, like in once the beta phase is complete. And then I also have some other exciting updates that will be sort of coming in Q2. So one includes a improvement to our assist message setup in the Lean Library dashboard, which is our assist message template. So we're going to be creating templates for our assist messages so that you can set these up with sort of immediately accessible use cases, and you can set these up with speed also. And then I'm going to talk and give a bit of a sneak peek on what to expect when we integrate our reference management and authoring tool SciWill into Lean Library. So we're going to be bringing all of the extension features of SciWill into Lean Library. And then we'll save some time for questions. Hopefully I don't overrun. I feel like I usually do in these meetings. So, but as Nicole said, do feel free to pepper the chat with questions as we go through, and Nicole can flag me and I can answer as we go along. Great. So, oh, Nicole, you're going to need to. I was clicking, but Nicole, can you go to the next
Sorry,
slide?
yeah, I will do.
Thank you. Lovely. Okay, so yeah, you can go to the next slide as well. But in this section, we're just going to very briefly look at our most recent release, which was an AI course integration that we did specifically with Sage Campus. So for those of you who don't know, Sage Campus is a product within the Sage Publishing portfolio. It provides instructional and learning resources for students and researchers around the topic of research methods. And Lean Library recently released an integration with Sage Campus. Specifically, they created a course called The Art of ChatGPT Interactions. And this course goes over the full sort of gamut of using ChatGPT accurately and responsibly in research and studies. And this, I'll show the video. Oh, Nicole, you might need to press play on the video for me. Sorry, I keep going to do it myself. But as you can see here, this integration uses our onboarding feature. So a little pop-up will show on any domain within the sort of OpenAI locations, and it will take the user via the pop-up to a new tab where they can take the Art of ChatGPT Interactions course. And we released this in April. The course is completely free to use. So your users don't need to have they don't need to log into Sage Campus. You don't need to have a Sage Campus license for your users to be able to use this. Because it uses the onboarding feature within Lean Library, it's a feature that is specific to our workflow for LibGuides and Lean Library Futures packages. So this means it's only available to our library partners who subscribe to those packages. Can we go to the next slide, please, Nicole? Because I will just recap on some of the benefits that this course particularly brings to your users. So it's worth highlighting that the course instructor is, sorry, Leolo, that's a typo, but he is the Dean of College of University Libraries and Learning Sciences at the University of New Mexico, and is an expert in the field. And the course is designed to equip learners to develop structured prompt engineering skills, and covers a number of frameworks and approaches. The users, once they have completed this course, are able to download a certificate. And the nice thing about this is we've connected the download clicks for this certificate into your Lean Library dashboard. So you are able to see the stats available you are able to see the stats on how many of your users have downloaded that certificate. So that could be an indication of course completion and engagement. And as I said, this is an instant access, no sign up required course. You can access it immediately from the Lean Library extension if you've turned on the course. If you want to turn on the course and make it available to your users, you can do so in your onboarding setup in your dashboard. It's a really quick course, 30 to 60 minutes of learning, and it includes a number of different learning methods, including activities, tips, and quizzes. So that's a bit of a really quick run through of this particular release. It's one we're really excited about, and something we're looking at doing more of in the future as well. And yeah, Nicole, could we go on to the next slide? Because now I'm going to talk more about what to expect this quarter from us and the things that we're currently working on as we speak. So yeah, next slide, please, Nicole. So first up is an update on our print book alternatives feature. So I'm sure many of you have heard me speak about this in the past. Some of you on this call may also be currently working with us as a beta partner. So this is essentially, for those of you who don't know, an update to our current alternatives capabilities. So we currently offer alternatives around ebooks, licensed articles, as well as open access ebooks and open access articles. But now we want to incorporate print content into our alternatives functionality. We currently do this, but on a smaller scale with our check for print link, which you can surface within the extension if you've turned this on in the dashboard. What we want to do as a next step is show the user when they have access via your library's holdings to a physical copy. And we'll signify this via our pop-up, our alternatives pop-up, and we'll be providing a pop-up within the pop-up hierarchy that's specifically for our sort of print book alternatives feature. And this will connect to, for now, one of 3 discovery services. So that's we're connecting with EBSCO EDS, Ex Libris Primo, and OCLC WorldCat WMS to be able to do this. And we'll add more discoveries as we progress through the year. But for now, we're launching with these 3. And this will mean that users will know sort of prior to that click through that your library has a copy of this title in physical format. We're not going to be pulling through any location information at the moment. They can look for all of that information around sort of print availability in your catalogue. So we'll be taking them to your library's environment. And just as an update on our beta phase at the moment, we're currently just finishing off our internal testing because we want to make sure that this is completely ready to go for our beta partners to start making sure that the results they're seeing are accurate and they are getting the right responses from their discovery system, and that their API credentials are working correctly. We'll be ready to do full beta testing very shortly. And just a note to say that if there is anyone on the call that would like to take part in this initial beta phase, do reach out because we can give more information on how to request from your discovery services the credentials that you would need to set this up in our sort of beta environment. So you can either request that via support@leanlibrary.com or you can email me directly. And my email is becca.richards@technologyfromsage.com. And Nicole, can we have the next slide? Great. And it's worth saying that as this is a sort of an improvement to our alternatives feature, this is available for all of our Lean Library subscribing universities and libraries. So it is part of the Lean Library Access package. So it'll be available to everyone. So what you'll be able to do once we go live, as I said, currently we're in our beta phase, but later in Q2 we'll be going live with a global rollout. And this will mean that you can test your integration in our beta environment or librarian preview extension before rolling it out to your users on your live environment. We would suggest doing this so you can sort of sandbox and test that you're getting the results that you're expecting before adding it to your live dashboard. You can see here on the right that we've added a brand new print holding settings section where you can select the discovery that you're using and enter your credentials. For all of our beta testing partners, we'll do this for you. And then we can also help either future testing partners, or once we do the global rollout, we'll provide support documentation on how to request or get the credentials that you will need to add to this dashboard per discovery as well. Great. And then can we go to the next slide, please, Nicole? Brilliant. Okay, so something else to look forward to in Q2 from us will be our assist message template feature. So the main reasoning for doing this is that we want to make setup of slightly more time-consuming Lean Library features quick and easy to do. And we also want you to have access to common use cases for assist messages, for example, from within the product so that they are available to you when you need them. This means that you don't have to go to another location, such as a support document, to be able to find a list of use cases for this particular feature in Lean Library. We know that not just you, the librarians who use Lean Library, but also your colleagues in other departments who have to collaborate with you to be able to set up assist messages, are tight on time. And you don't want to be spending lots and lots of time collating all of the assist messages that you need to set up. So what we want to do is provide you with templates within the dashboard in a new tab that are based on common and powerful use cases. We've been doing over the past few months a lot of data analysis around our most populous and commonly used assist messages, as well as crowdsourcing from libraries and our colleagues in sales and customer success, particularly powerful use cases for assist messages. And we're incorporating these all into a tab within the dashboard where you can find a list of all of these templates. These templates will be completely editable as well. So you can add your own library sort of style or particular links to these assist messages. Another aspect of this development will be that each template will belong to a category, and these categories will essentially act as themes for the assist message templates, so that you can find use cases that are particularly popular within your region, for example, so you can see what your sort of peer libraries are doing with their assist messages. They might also be categorized via theme. So you can essentially find the use cases that you want quickly. And you can add these assist templates either via the add new assist or you can create them from the template menu itself. And yeah, essentially, we just hope that this will mean that by providing you use cases from within the dashboard, it will save you time and it will save you having to crowdsource ideas from other departments within your library as well. But this should hopefully as well maybe act as a jumping off point to look at other types of use cases for assist messages that you're not currently using. We also see a direct correlation between the number of assist messages set up with the sort of end user engagement with Lean Library as well. So this could really sort of boost your sort of active user engagement as well. Okay, fantastic. Nicole, can we go on to the next slide? Thank you. Okay, so the last thing that I wanted to talk about today is our big ticket release for Q2. And this is going to be our Cywil integration. So essentially, we are bringing all of the Cywil extension features into Lean Library. This means that your users will be able to save references from locations such as PubMed and Google Scholar. They can import citations directly from the bibliography of articles. And they can also add highlights and notes or annotations to web pages, to PDFs, that then they can then save into their Cywil web app, which is their repository in which Cywil users maintain and organize their references. Pre-existing users of Cywil can link their Cywil account to the Lean Library extension. Indeed, if they are pre-existing Cywil users, we will do this automatically. So we will recognize when they're signed into the Cywil web app, we'll sign them into their Cywil features on the Lean Library extension. So there's minimal friction for them when they're starting to use this feature or the features. All of the Cywil features will be housed in a new top navigation tab. So if you're familiar with our Lean Library side tray, as we call it. We currently have a home icon and a settings icon. And in between those icons will now sit, or at launch will sit, a Cywil logo where users can save their references and perform other actions. You can see that in the screenshot on the top right, but I don't know how small it is. But that's how it will work. It's also worth noting that this will be fully configurable. So you will be able to turn all of the Cywil features off and remove any signposting of Cywil if you don't want to use Cywil. So for example, if your library doesn't want to support another reference manager such as Cywil. So it'd be completely configurable for you. But the real benefit for bringing the sort of Cywil, the authoring and reference management features into Lean Library means that there are more student and researcher touch points within the Lean Library extension. So that means better usage, a sort of more rounded, well-rounded experience for your patrons, whether they are undergraduate students and just kind of coming to grips with research practices and using and collating sort of references or creating bibliographies, to your more seasoned sort of like MA students, PhD researchers, ECRs. So that is why we are bringing those features into Lean Library. And it's worth mentioning that this will be part of our sort of Lean Library Access package as well. So this will be available to all users. So that brings me sort of to the end of the presentation. I want to leave a few minutes for questions if there are any. This is sort of like a bit of an appendix just to show the kind of the themes of work for Q2 and beyond. So I've mentioned the feature templates, the reference management. We're also looking at, we're continuously looking at UX improvements, which are based on sort of like our UX team's recommendations, but also direct feedback from you. And we're also looking, the next big theme of work for us is going to be around our stat system. So providing some big improvements here, again, which are based in part on customer feedback that you might have given for our current stats dashboard in the Lean Library backend, as well as deeper, like providing you with deeper insights in the form of user segmentation and building on our pre-existing stats insights dashboard. And also lots more to come for the rest of the year, which we'll be announcing soon. So yeah, that leaves 3 minutes for questions if anyone has any.
I'm just going to stop sharing and you can ask any questions. I'm going to pop in the link for the webinar next month.
Lovely, thanks, Nicole.
There's just a question there in the Q&A box, Becca. Will it be possible to create our own assist templates, save a text to use more often?
Yeah, so we weren't considering that at first launch, largely because we wanted the assist template to remain as a sort of a clean list of templates and not just another list that you have when you set up assist messages. If anyone has any very strong opinions on that, we'd be very happy to take advisement on that as a addition to this release. What I would mention though is the reason we haven't included this or haven't thought about including this at launch is because we've recently released an improvement to assist messages, which was being able to duplicate pre-existing assist messages. So if you did have a particular sort of assist message use case that you use a lot, for the moment you can duplicate that assist message, so it will provide a copy for you that will appear at the top of your list of assists. But yes, if you have any sort of strong thoughts on that, do either pop it in the chat or feel free to send me an email afterwards. I'd be very happy to incorporate that in the initial release.
That's great. That seems to be all the questions we have today, and we're actually finished up on time for once. But yeah, thanks very much to everyone for joining today, and thank you, Becca, as always, very insightful. And yeah, please join us for the June product update webinar, and we'll talk to you all very soon. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.